And we're live. What's up, guys? This is another Teach Me Tuesday. But guess what? It's not Tuesday, it's a Thursday. So take it how you love it. But anyway, guys, it's your favorite trio. It's LaShawn, Gavin, and Wilmot. And we're excited to just touch bases with you guys before the year is out. Today's what, December 5th. It's cold outside. But again, we're excited to talk to you guys, give you a quick market update, talk about some things that are happening in the market, talk about some programs that are making some changes that could benefit, some prospective buyers that have been, maybe waiting or just need some additional assistance. So, yeah, we're gonna dive right into it. This is gonna be very informal today because we just are here to just have the conversation. So, again, I'm Gavin Abraham, loan officer here in South Carolina, Summerville, South Carolina, all the Charleston, everywhere over South Carolina, North Carolina, and North Carolina soon, and then Georgia.
North
But
Carolina
to
is
help,
official. I just did my fingerprints, so we are official
Wow.
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina is
Congratulations.
official now. So awesome.
So I
All
guess I'll
right.
just go ahead too. So LaShawn Abraham, the other half of this Team Abraham duo. We're definitely excited about this topic. We'll let Mr. Barry introduce himself and we'll kind of jump right on in.
Wilmot Berry, local realtor. That's it. Let's
I
go.
love it. I absolutely love it. So one, I just want to jump off, like start off saying, like, why is it important to do things like this to update people of what's going on? Real estate mortgage is forever changing. Sometimes it's by the day, sometimes it's by the week, the month, the year, and staying on top of just the different trends, the different programs, what's going on, I feel like is super imperative because if you bought a house last month or last year, whatever programs and things like that that you may have participated in may not necessarily be available for you
Right.
this go round or going into the future, or the documentation that you submitted or the money that you needed to truly qualify or bring to the table, all of that stuff, it changes. It's not the same. It's not a cookie cutter process. So being able to kind of give you guys the updates of what's happening as they change in real time, I think is super important. So first, we're just going to just talk about what have we been seeing with rates, right? We're about almost a month since the election, right? And interest rates, what have they done? I mean, everybody was predicting or everybody was saying, I'm going to wait until after the election to buy a house. I'm going to just kind of, see what, if prices fall down, if the market crash. Well, we're almost a month after that, and things are still the same. Really, there hasn't
Right.
been a lot of changes. Interest rates actually kind of ticked up right after the election, and they're slowly, it just depends on the day, they may come down by an eighth or a quarter of a point, but they don't come down much, right? Wilmot, have you seen anything different in the activity of your buyers and or sellers since the election or since the last time we did our update?
Not really. So what I want to do is just give them some numbers just so they can kind of understand like what I've noticed as far as from a data perspective. So median sales price for Orangeburg, guys. This is for Orangeburg. I'm going to broaden it out for maybe South Carolina, so some people can get what South Carolina is as far as median home price sales. Median home price sales for Orangeburg was around 220,000 for November. Okay. Year to date is around 197,000. So just in case some people are looking in the area and thinking affordability, okay, that's the median sales price for the Orangeburg area. South Carolina, year to date, you looking at around 380,000 median sales price as a whole. So if you're looking trying to relocate into the area, that's around the median sales price on average. Well, median sales price. I'm not going to use the word average for the South Carolina state. Okay, so that's kind of. And then one more thing I'm going to give is days on market. Okay, what that means is when I put my house on the market, how many days is most likely is if it's priced right, is it going to stay on the market? We're looking at around 49 to 50 days on
Mm.
market, median days on market. Okay.
Well, that's really good to know. I mean, so when you think about that, if on average for the entire state of South Carolina, we're running about $380,000 for
Right.
an average price of a home, I think what people really need to know that when you think about down payment, right? Like how much money does that really equate to? If you're a first-time home buyer and you're putting down anywhere from 3 to 3.5%, I mean, you're going to pretty much need somewhere between 11 to upwards to $14,000 down on that size of a house. And that's just down payment, right? So just putting that into perspective. So that means if the average purchase price or sales price of a home is at $380,000, that means that your average mortgage payment is upward to $2,500 to $2,800 a month, depending on how much you put down and what kind of interest rate you land at. But just on average, there's no more, this $1,000 or maybe even $1,500 mortgage payment. Now, not to say that you can't get a payment like that, because there are ways to do so, and it's very, selective depending on the market, the type of property, whether it's investment, things like that. But in general, what the expectation should be, or where that bar should be set, is you're looking to spend for lease down payment close to, like I said, $11,000 to $13,000, and you're looking at a mortgage payment upwards to $2,500 to $2,800. So just start wrapping your mindset around that too. So Gavin, on your side, in the mortgage world, have you seen anything differently as far as like updates to loan programs or updates to guidelines or anything like that we want to share with our audience?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying in regards to the importance of the update. Sometimes there's also a difference in the type of preparation people have to do. I want to mention right now that being that we're going into the new tax season here, starting in January, February through April of next year. Now it's time for those, especially business owners, people who have, Schedule C incomes or file with S corps, whatever it may be. Now is the time that, you got to start thinking about, I can't take all those tax breaks that I normally do to show lower income. I gotta, I might have to bite the bullet because of my goal for home ownership, and I may have to show more income. So the preparation could be different. That's why we give you the market updates to let you know that, hey, because home prices are here, you now need to prepare differently so that you could qualify. So wanted to throw that out there, but then to also state, like I said, programs are changing. Programs come and go. One that has always been around consistently is South Carolina State Housing, which I know has been buzzing around. Everybody's promoting it, which is great. And just to, for us to tap in and give a few details about it. So State Housing, they have a traditional down payment assistance program that traditionally for the past several years have been giving up to $8,000 in down payment assistance for borrowers for new home purchases, right? Now that assistance is increasing to $10,000. So that's great because that helps in the market. LaShawn just gave those numbers that if you're purchasing at the median home price around this area, your down payment, if you needed assistance, your down payment wasn't being covered in full. You were only getting $8,000 to help. Now you're almost getting, with getting $10,000, that may either cover it all or may help. It definitely is a more contributing factor. And then also the credit score requirement used to be a little bit more lax at a 620, but they are increasing that requirement to a 640 with State Housing. The other things that, like I said, they're jumping. State Housing, that program has been going on for years and has been assistance for lots of families to get in homes. And they're now getting up to speed with the times in terms of technology, like the things that other programs that allow and other ways that we do business. Before, a lot of things had to be notarized, documents had to be notarized, documents had to be printed and wet signed. Now they're going more digital and electronic. So you'll be able to e-sign documents, which makes the process a lot faster because it's more accessible. So they're doing some great things, and then also, I mean, like there are a lot of good benefits that are coming out of these programs, but not to be long-winded, but just wanted to touch on those main, three things. But yeah, I mean, it's looking promising for people who are interested and need that assistance in the market in the coming 2025. And those changes become effective December 16th. So, you know, it was right around the corner.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, if you
Go
don't
ahead, Wilma. Were
mind,
you gonna say?
I was going to add to what Gavin was saying about, you know, the programs that's available, guys, and also those of you that might be on the sideline and thinking about, hey, man, I'm gonna just wait until maybe prices may drop or whatever. I was doing some research, and I was looking at, you know, one of the experts that's, you know, pretty prominent name, Goldman Sachs. They have a 4% rise in home prices in 2025. So just understand, like, hey, some people might be waiting for home prices to drop. Some people might be waiting for interest rates to drop. Just understand that, hey, the longer you possibly wait, the more expensive your home might get as you wait. Okay, so just FYI, you know, that's the projections for 2025.
Yeah, I love the fact that you said that. I actually called Gavin this morning when I was leaving out my neighborhood because I saw a moving truck. Like they were moving, you know, like we have new neighbors moving in. So
Right.
every time, you know, one thing that I do, every time we have a new neighbor moving in, I look up the house and see what did it sell for.
What did
Right.
it say?
And what did it sell? Because that one, as a homeowner, I know like, oh, if this house sold for this, that means my equity must be, you know, increasing or decreasing depending
Right.
on where it's sold. So
Right.
literally our neighbors who lived across the street from us, I mean, they were an older couple. They had a small ranch home. It was only 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It was less than 10 years old, and that house sold for $520,000 in Somerville. So, so what that means, as exactly what you're saying, for those people who are on the sidelines, you don't necessarily want to just sit around and wait because sometimes the cost of waiting, you will get priced out of this market.
Yeah.
And that's how we tell you to prepare. You want to prepare yourself with, you know, staying on top of, you know, updates like this, following us to get the information, making sure that your credit is good, you have the savings, and you're budgeting to the new normal. Were you gonna say
But you didn't tell
something?
them the most important and intriguing fact about that. They just bought that house, I think, less than a
Oh
year
yeah,
ago.
yeah, less than a year ago.
At 475. They bought the house
Mhm.
475,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, I don't know, how much you get paid in your job or how much, what you guys do out there for a living. But they made, somewhere around, let's say, well, if you're just doing purely, 400, I said 475. That's what
Mhm.
475 to
525.
520. They
Mhm.
made $45,000, right? I did that
1
math.
year.
Yeah. Yeah, but they
Yeah.
with fees and stuff, they may have made a little bit less. But the
Yeah.
thing I want you to understand is that doing nothing, just
Nothing.
making an investment in themselves, and not waiting on the market, because that could be you who turned around and made who had equity of $30,000-$40,000, and could be using that to do something else, to pay off other debts, or to invest into another property, to become more of an entrepreneur, or be someone else's landlord, things of that sort. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's our market update for you guys. If you don't have, if anyone else don't have anything else that we want to update them on, I think we did a really good job kind of keeping it short and sweet. But guys, as always, if you guys have any questions, you guys are very good at getting in contact with us. If there's any topics that you want us to discuss going into next year, I can't believe we've been doing this for going into our second year, or almost probably going in a little
over
over two,
2 years, yeah,
over
over
2
a year.
years. I'm so excited just for the consistency that we've been keeping this up, and just the flexibility. So this is really, really good. But we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day until we'll be back next week before we get closer to the holidays. We hope you guys are all out there staying warm.
Stay warm out there.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. Talk to y'all later.